So let me first start with something very basic, and what we're looking at right now is my learning targets. I took the big goals in my class, standards is what they're usually referred to as, and underneath each bigger standard I've unpackaged it into more specific targets. According to the Stiggins research, I'm phrasing them as I can statements. What I've done now with this list of learning targets is I've used the site called ClassBadges to make a little award for achieving these learning targets. You can see the I can statements here. So a lot of the big actionable learning targets are items. Let's look at this badge. The students are awarded this once they're able to look at a graph of a standard microeconomics chart about average total cost and marginal revenue, and be able to make logical decisions based on this data. And the students were able to pass a series of questions, they participated in a class activity, they demonstrated this skill, and as a result I pressed this button and I awarded it to them. I could press this button and I can select the students to award this badge. The students in my class can see this badge, and so they know that this is the goal. The students can see the badges in advance, and ClassBadges is coming out soon with a feature for you to be able to do something very similar to Khan Academy, where you can have the badges all along the way. They can select each one, and each one has a clear, concrete goal that they must achieve in order to demonstrate this key bit of knowledge. It changes education to more achievement-driven while gamifying it, while creating some incentives that the kids really want to look on. People have asked to take my Photoshop lesson simply to earn this badge, and I've given it to more students than are just enrolled in my class because they're trying to achieve this. That's ClassBadges. ExitTicket is a whole different animal, and it's so cool. Logging into ExitTicket, I'm greeted with this dashboard. This lists all the top performers. Here's a list of my struggling students. So let's take a look at this student. I can see their current average. Because I've entered in all of my learning targets, when I go to my scorecard, I can see an individual breakdown. So these are all the standards that I have. So I can see, as far as microeconomics go, this struggling student is fine. So the core of this student's problem is in this category, Introduction to the Class. In particular, it's the vocabulary about the different parts of a business plan. So my next class, I'm going to make sure I double back and I check that. Similarly, in the scorebook, instead of having my scorebook broken down by assignments, it's instead broken down by standards. And so I can see that in my programming class, this is the most difficult standard. In fact, this question, the advantages of C#, seems to be really stumping my students. I can clearly identify the areas that I need to focus my instruction. It's so wonderful.